Bonjour, Kinamagian in Ireland edition of Cas, and welcome to this math enrichment lesson. Today's lesson, ratios. For our ratio lesson, I'm going to visit mathisfun.com, which has a pretty good write-up on the topic. And a ratio compares values. For instance, I can compare the number of blue squares to yellow squares. There are 3 to 1. Notice the use of the colon, just like we use in telling time, is one way you can do it with ratios. You could also use the word 2, 3 to 1, or write it like a fraction, 3 over 1. And it can be scaled up. And when you do that, if you wanted to scale up to 6 and 2, you multiply both sides by the same number. So if I double both, I have 6 and 2. If I triple it, I'd have 9 and 3. If I quadruple it, I'd have 12 and 4. There's always going to be 3 times as many blue as there are yellow. That's kind of what we just talked about there. Ratios you occasionally will use in things like cooking. 3 to 2 flour to milk. For instance, the other night I was cooking dinner and I needed a 2 to 1 water to rice ratio. So when I had 2 cups of rice, I needed 4 cups of water. So we do use ratios actually much more frequently than you probably realize. It can be part of a part to whole. So we have 2 boys and 3 girls. So that's 2 to 3, and girls to boys 3 to 2. Boys to all 2 to 5, girls to all 3 to 5. There was the ratio of apples to lemons. We have 3 apples and 4 lemons. Going vice versa, lemons first, there are 4 and 3. Ratio of apples to total, there are still 3 apples, but there are 7 total fruit. And lemons, it'll be 4 to 7. We did good. Bananas to lemons, 2 bananas to 5 lemons, 5 lemons for every 2 bananas, 2 bananas for every 7 fruit, and 5 lemons for every 7 fruit. You could also do it with scaling, as you've seen here. And you could multiply, if you're scaling, by 1/10. That was one way to scale down here. So let's go ahead and give a couple practice here. Get my whiteboard out. Let's say I have let's go with dots. Why? So I could go with a ratio. There are 3 here, and there are 4 red. Oh, I went to white. That's my problem. So the ratio is 4 to 3. If I wanted to scale these up, all of a sudden I now have 8. And let's go 8 to 6. Or I just doubled it. And I could continue on such a prop going the same way here. Again, this could be read as 4 to 3, 8 to 6. I could have gone 4 over 3. So there's different ways to do this. At this point, you should return to the Google Classroom and try some on your own. If you get stuck or if you have questions, please reach out to me at mireland@sagchipschool.net. If you're in the physical classroom, you'll complete the worksheet, you'll turn it in. If you're at home, you will complete it via the Google form. Have a mental gidget, Minwa, Mama P.